Yeah.
Say you World Cup no ti yenya yemra na eno na amanfo ani age bi so ra ho am say na kwakoye feeling na kwaye missed ana who said the city kra yemumie na ntimo
na mixed feeling now so na woni hobby ana kukuyara sa kukujibi
kuku na Madrid for wanna say FIFA
and FIFA so say
Chelsea ne share ni mu so almost started tournament
no no
it's Madrid
yeah to Madrid for there so can a very dear be we have 6
yeah ya tombo wo share ni obomaye anzana
posting ne
yam posti
we memo mun posting
yeah mun posti mo so
mo ti ya posti di na ma so eno so
anti mun posti ai
ono no kura o
on show Jesse omo obo
mun posti ai
on se Madrid I official announcement
the case ne se me si mun posti ai Real Madrid to me posti ka se me player ni waje World Cup posti
omo post no mo ye ni nyina ra se ye kwa
who posti bi ai
yeah witness a very very great tournament obia aniaje enra de na final na okono na me pese ka Leo ejidi etoso 2 na go to no abada ne na nhwe na ka yeja go to no wachiri but say no oda so go to no wa wantimi na ne na nhwe ba so free go to na wa ben na nhwe ba but Lamine Rodri Musa Ensakaina it was good sure Worldcup na ma ye hu niema bebre apart from niema ye ready ye hwe boy ye adwene hwe ye pese ye ti niema aseko further than how we have seen previously ye hwe Ghana Premier League kura no a ya na opese hu niema ba ko mienu bia odwen se obomu ebia hu ni TV so pese manifest coming into this World Cup obia no ordinarily be na no akase France beko Argentina beko, Spain beko, Brazil beko, England beko, then Portugal, all of those countries in the push beko. But they have always been certain countries on performance, you know. But on performance, you know, tournament. One of them has been COVID. I'm discussion no a discussion of mediocrity. Introduction. Omo debut championship omo say sana na ye ka no but as to so omo be say omo be ya the chrono dey yetimi kan so right now no ye di enkoma yetimi ka Kevin performance a omo ni bia Uruguay boy omo ni Argentina boy yetimi make references Spain for now omo yesua enema bebre and I confirm what this game has been do bia pe eye ball ni kra na obo do bia pe no do bia pe any the ball ni kra na obo na o kra frifia so ko bobo
yeah
do bia pe no say ball ni kra no o bobi ne ho to no o move but enye so fitia na ball ni kra na obo enye sa na ball ni tie enye sa na game na etie game no a different field altogether and the over your field no so no the factors or the catalyst push you towards the person who achieve no yeah a lot man for a complaining Argentina but and Tawe say they have been playing this way throughout the tournament see anon Egypt born no see anon Cape Verde born no Granit Xhaka mo no e pon se no mo ni abre say Argentina yomo Argentina they have been playing this way except they haven't met an opponent who would expose them in this manner as the Spanish guys did. Omunyin your opponent be be expose you sa kwamba so na Spain for no fa expose you mo eno na juno after game no na me tiade bi ase the other day no me the football fans compare consumers me the football fans compare ma ye cheji taste and crofo bebre bojo so Mourinho baso for stopping Pep Guardiola okay ya oye ni sa
yes
and crofo bebre omo bob Jose baso pa Pep man football is boring boy at time basa ma ball no cry yet we hwe bi mu kwa na abobo no yo people really applauded Jose for creating a stomping ground sir a be obstacle dia ma basa fo no Jose man kadia na pep professor oye Spanish football people really applauded Jose for that best stop Pep no kwa yo idea ben na Jose di ba Spain or the best stop Pep Guardiola Lasana Diarra Ramos
yes
Pepe Kadira Alonso yo omo attitude in El Clasico no na different from the Argentina for exhibit the parades Ramos nye bebre sana bon tie se won't be match nipa no you go the other way around won't be match nipa no you go the other enye America wo so America de obi a on the track ni won't be ko bi dem patcho se sana tie bon no dey fra you find a way to stop them sana box and tie Pacman and Mayweather is one of the most defensive boxers I've seen with my eyes. Equally, Pacman is one of the best attackers in terms of the boxing ring. You know, Pacman to almost 1,002 plus. Mayweather had dropped close to 25% of the shots. Pacman they know 2 baby and 18% to cry. But Otto ne sanu ko do na Holland. But Mayweather defensive mood. I know the BT no. It is always this ideology. Mean to be matching partner, then let me come from this angle.
So a queen reverse will be neutralized.
That is the game. That is the game. That is the game. It's the no crab or no between in the cra. Over force in the cra. It's a Joseph so forcible to kick a paper on the one elbow. On to be because see in Conconia in yes, a moderate name, paper for, but to be your mobile bunya. Obey your mobile Kogo. Also, to be successful. Oh, do we think, say, Argentina between a collective body, every time boss at Spain, for Argentina, Sincha, which country tournament we? Ghana, Panama, yeah, Panama, crowd, I see Brazil of Africa, no. Yana Panama, Antiponum. Brazil of Africa, just a Brazil penny any we are saying, a question manai. Let's just say a boppy papi pay. Oh, dear community. Yana Panama, near defend it. Yaw, etipodum. I dear no, a walk coach, the team say, on to mean cookie crabon and for so muscle man. Money retreat into the blocks. We are countable, and no soon on the young 3 points. Ghana for a man of basso. And no Ghana for the people share the same boy Argentina for go no mu di Argentina for them. Mo mesere nko.
Omo say be more quality no comparatively.
Now let's talk about the quality. Quality of play, you mean? Or quality of no way. No way. There is an ideology backed by a system. Idea no.
I'm even speaking to Argentina and Black Stars said no.
Okay.
And he said be Black Stars e could go achira. Send you fine.
Oh wow. O go achira ti ahwan ya na e fine no.
Panama. And England we go young one prevent England from scoring.
We a good host. Where you Panama essentially England another sample. It is true. It is true, yeah.
Yet also Argentina there. Oje the last edition. Oh Messi. Enzo num, McAllister num, Kuti Romero num, one of the finest goalkeepers, Emi Martinez. So say Argentina body say the matches all bringing our Bobby me and it's only Spain so body at least. Spain be kitana ball all right, but Unya I was saying Kenya BC, yet not even a single shot on target. Yeah, because ball in crowd, you can only attack with the ball. Ball in crowd Spain for no. Spain, we consider one goal tournament we. That was against Belgium.
One goal we consider, you know. O check mo hit map now. O want to put no more. They will not use Man City Depot. Open one of the teams are spending more time. I will position her for his Spain for no. Yeah. I had to confuse you kakra. Worldcup here you open one country. was spending majority of the 90 minutes our opponent and a half wha Spain for no. So how do they defend? I'm consider back up no. Na Ghana na yeti po no. You consider. But what you say? They defend by keeping the ball because you can only decide when you have the ball. Body crowd now shoot you. And crowd could shoot you the other day shoot you. Omukru boy, the man ya pathetic and say. And my Alvarez and Leo Messi chimba actually because I'm more deep. Drum by center circle no. I'm for born before now Leo Messi entered 1-2 no. No my energy ni pa 4. No my energy ball no. You can say quality of player. And the fact that unchawani but to be pass it with the confidence at this point to be a move. And now how many times who say Kukuyara or no on court in a Nimendra game now. And I'm right back no on court 2 center backs no Kubaso Mujabo no Kwano must stay. They kept the show because of Leo Messi and Alvarez. They are born no Kwano yaw. Me who say France and Spain air Bonoa France for no omo Jiboni free France for na France for no game no sa no. And I'm saying no. Spain Argentina for the omo pene ma mo nya wo sa omo twitwa mo. Omo ma mo embarrass mo sa omo twitwa mo. But as to the few times omo nya ball no omo dey decide no. E be very difficult. Na nra no kra no. Enka Argentina ball no kodu omo for football sake na e makoma ya. And now I was just confused because Makoma Leo Messi wo ba ball no mo ball no fair. They don't deserve the final. Yeah, me listen na here. Me listen na here now say that wo here fa. I'm saying well me say Messi. Do be bia. But Argentina ball they don't deserve the final. They don't deserve the trophy at all. Adia Spain yeah game no me deno enye 1-0 no mo share am de fa title no crowd Argentina for no ya there. Born on Spain ball anya 3-0 no. Ke country we come go money was
12 shot on target today.
Yeah, omo ya there. Argentina for no ya there. Obo sin some manim omo sa there no video. Mun ya there mo church. Amo yes other than that come embarrass omo. But the Spain yeah. I am not accepting the rough football invitation. Come on accept ya come wu. Argentina for the letter ma Spain for say mo pa mo me bobo we. Yes, you can accept it.
And Spain for no so
no, more reject it and say no, let's play. Munya born na mo there. But rough, let's play the game. If Komusa can invitation letter no mo yama just some no be rough wa. E ka bo hu the game no be ko. Komo de mo component is a Jeff from nsemu.
Yeah.
Panimu na dwene mu do obo mu a only quality collectively, not individually. Collectively. Look, football no collective quality na ma Leicester eje omo title no. Individually o frɛ from a wunya superstar bia wo. Pacho what dem can say.
Saturday. But
omo kan bomu na omo ba. Leicester against Chelsea, Leicester against Man City, Leicester against Liverpool. And no there o chema edge you can say collective quality. Any average team which plays with an extreme understanding of the game, you can also define them as a quality side. Wo na open am tete ntemu ba mo kabo mo ba ya wote mo ntemu enye yie. That has been many teams. O share no Argentina team no a senya Argentina was experience about final pain 2018 omo ba be dura no na France for no esan mo and 22 do omo obura final no ba GB and wasa be another final yaw Argentina ne betimi ne France Spain ebe ball we are score and be 1-0 any other country like England omo ase eya mo fere so on be bully wa hunu ka Spain be jojo mo. Kudos to Spain. In my coaching life me empire me boss me yes sky license B no me die so nyina se be to me boss no etimi ahehye team a ebe ma me memories of purple team no oye Spain no because me I believe say so when your team na so mo abotra knowledge ni de nyame na de ma obetimi ya adwuma no De La Fuente was started with Spain under 15 no
Domo J or the 19J 21J San and Penifona the Nations League, the Euros, and of course the World Cup.
What is ascendancy?
I don't know the coach now, you know.
Starting from the lower bottom
to the highest.
I believe when you are given time, uto boss na nyame ma nim dia betimi ayu players back mienu miensa aform team am ye formidable betimi asho bia these Spain boys we and na komosa aka title no cry komosa kwa asaba enye squad ahunu say e be fedi sesi o Asensio ni tifie Madrid center back no Dean Heinsen su tifie Baldi amabi Basa left back Baldi look left back on na ebo
yeah
Kuku the club World Cup no hono na eba and Kuku the ebe to Baldi it was Baldi na ebo hono Baldi na ball left back no so the so no say Baldi beba and even in this tournament we can say Enya Lamine Yamal the best of form ni Pedri playing from the bench Enya the best of form ni. So they still have two of the best goalkeepers in the game at Tibenjo. David Raya and Juan Garcia. This play sideway on Besaba
101.3
on Besaba back. And we see the Mercian fear Argentina for na yeme de papa and kai pon ye come church chamala me ni Messi mu nyina konyasem. If you no shop mu ye kra de na paradise ne ye. Ese FIFA man ban na me tan kra. O ma bomo
because Argentina for no mo kasa say omo opponent na no more cry foul ni nyina ye as a bad losers. Yeah, after the finale mo na more exhibit the trait of obi a bad loser.
Now mama break akra bi na menka two players ho asem eno ne enye paradise there
na yala so ko share Danomo blue omo backroom staff Argentina backroom staff no
ayala no so kai no
oh blue or bonu we no Sanchez o do patch
na yala no raffle
I am Sanchez o patch je wano
hwe we no mo pen first half 20 minutes no mo pe
Gavi
no pe we Gavi knows these guys. I don't know why now Jimmy Kako ball paradise. Hey yo, Luis Suarez mo nkro funu bi ni o. They Costa no. Game ni say they love it. And Spain for no come one. Ese paradise na we Ramos. Na Ramos tesoro. Pese ko mo ja Ramos e free throw ba. Sana no mi mo na me catch row. Na pese mo ja Ramos free throw kra ba no paradise no. E dey no. Aso obenya nkra no ade no ho ya wo nyina odi show mu. But I love the fact that you
I have the ball with the check his metro. She with the show screen all right. Show right. I was I like ball than almost shell blue be. With the show right obeba sisi I have a bit china kwa shinchi mo baby. Ball shell or shed than almost from pa serious.
Now if you are no ball oh you crazy player. But not tough. Oh yes tough. Enkofu Spain for na yade omo no wakasai
ayala de ni obona so man to wa bono blue pa no so pa jiwa no
omo hajene ya omo hajene ade Spain for na ya omo ya discipline throughout the game na omo ti age ade na free omo nsem no hwe ya o Daniel mo ho asem na ka na mebeka
Basa no ye Basa wo
na me wia me koku Basa 2 minutes
mate na memba meza
ya Daniel mo ho what's the day bi na me define a hybrid profile actually so o share those profiles no a one konya coach or power some one ya ube ko extinct or probably ube free bonum asa so ni mfa so but so konya coach ya o till profile na say ya na o use effectively or no coach bebe use no 8 obe use no 10 obe use no 4 obe use no second striker omo nyina different roles he has a capacity to go wide and wide in the channels. This guy, Daniel Mo. Also, I can't say the profile be na Firmino no, Liverpool Firmino no. Who ye won't be marking. Your man a special role on the field that not will play. Okay, so on your general forward roles so body amount. Kai Havertz of Arsenal, the same thing. Very, very good, versatile. Or bet me adapted to any role be the man in the final third. But so about the first night with Daniel Mo who say no. So box to man with dangerous crashing essence just about no. But drop it back deep or you're playmaking or link up play no. I'm for be the game no. And look at this 19-year-old boy Kubasi. 19 years.
Anopa me de ne way no e buy na me pese de wasan kwa ko page ba me pese me san boss so quick. Anopa stories na me de ba ye sports bite no. And Kubasi no man ye say oh yeah on lead all players in the 2026 FIFA World Cup final for 139 touches, passes successful 121, passing accuracy 96, line breaking passes 21, and of course clearances 6. So only the players in the 2026 World Cup final 4. No, they are 2 to draw.
And that's essentially 2 draw. Oh, the type of profile. No, a ball playing centre back. What kind of passes and say? We are your clearances. Back here on the ball, back here off the ball. So it's really telling us somebody who really functions on the ball most of the time. She passes around out the 2 draw, and an accuracy of 96%.
Yeah,
96% for a centre back.
Centre back.
Oh. Look, and this is a profile. I'm a catcher. Say the entire basa for Bastoni. When him pass it, the Bastoni ni me be when him here. The all pass of a partner no here. The you know the bano. I'm a Laporte and the be able to be a bully, able to be a tackle, able to be a conform. But on the ball quality, this guy. What did you do super brown here? I say what basentia, but a good player, yeah. Well, very good player.
Final like what from day one, Babisi Omuri and Nana. Wa bobo pa nti me kai say obi kra the message ba somewhere be my last 2 games and say I say yen shedan kan kubasi ho asem
hwe me busa asem ba ko pe mabusa so many times but to the boy me wa ha positions 2 won say akora keto eboda number 9 and a 2 center back positions no ya ka say won say akora keto eboda number 9 major tournament Champions League big stages
now not to talk of World Cup we will start every game
yeah
why are there whoa me that say new me ba me say hona me say atene de no abase say conversation no convo no and Daniel Obey say Lami Yamal for Ballon d'Or 45 goal contributions La Liga winner Super Cup winner World Cup winner La Liga player of the season Larios young player Larios sportsman of the year Ballon d'Or no I will say Omodima Lamine Jamal. Emmanuel Sarkozy says Rodri doesn't deserve the World Cup golden ball. Messi, Mbappe, and Jude deserved it. Let's also not drink shower the buy and so I don't know. Meza.
Yeah, my initiative will be now no pay World Cup number every I think say the final climax of every other thing no I want you my be. There are 3 things and I don't pay me person me di home komo when it comes to World Cup now by the way. The edi kind patterns.
Run to me.
The tosumi no consistency. The tosumi ensa data. It are no pay so come huni be din komo a me din komo fa sa anyoma me ensa no patterns, consistency and data. Patterns ya de ba ko a your daily life ya untimi nyin famfrim until we are branch na say utie mi a ebra na wo bono say wantimi ehunu the patterns in your family, the patterns in your bloodline and shall be bebre gukwa because eboa e ma atimi e foresee what is ahead of the future and what you can do. There is a slight difference between patterns and coincidence. Yeah, coincidence here it may see occasionally, but I know to me when you say I do say there is no substantive occurrence to it. A test the banana to miss someone who can crabby. But when it becomes a pattern, there's a thin line. I realize there's a realistic or tangibility of something. A chesa I didn't say ya see it would done in the Qur'an. Any day, and Sanda. Tina Bible who in Chantro. My favorite memory verse by Galatians 6:7. Or see the Obeduano and one abede.
Bicha.
It's a brabo, you know. There is a season to cry, there is a season to laugh, there is a season to sow, there is a season to reap, and they signify the patterns of this life. You can't change it. Now, the other one this uncommon about patterns in the patterns that work in the history of the World Cup. What am I saying about your money? I'm saying your money to me is that you ever started World Cup no? I'm so moved by the fact that I didn't air course to me. Yes, Argentina beji World Cup.
Oh, okay, so moko final cry.
Omoko final crown I mean sure some beji World Cup no. The only factor na woman betimi asesa Argentina na yela na o Messi. And I made my reasons to that to say Tembia no ye woni pa ba akofo ade bia was the trajectory of how patterns work. Ono kwa timi gigina mu kasa ade we say enye ye madane no. Na emum e be too strong to a certain extent that asesa na enye ye. Because Worldcup aye boy no. Eye den pa na to asumu. Yawo. Say 3 countries na agi Worldcup no 4 or more times. Tinio, does it really sound well? Say, omo maje 4 or more ni nyina na so omo ji omo 3rd Worldcup bia na it take omo 24 years exactly. And tranko 25. Enko 23. Ana enko 22. Ana enko 26. Adenti na 24 ni negina. So winning your 3rd World Cup and winning your 4th World Cup no, a 24 years difference and that. Brazil, Edgewood last World Cup 1970. 3rd no. On by 4th 94. Italy Jenny 4th 2006. Germany Jenny 4th 2014. Ubeti ma check the year difference. It drew the 24th year. We are one day in the year. It may mention an example. The 24th year for Brazil happened in 1994. Now in 1994, Brazil broke game na the ball no extra time. Penalties na no mo kwa kobono. And yes, a Brazilian players na misibi o. Omo misibi. Italy players ni misibi. But a game na near one no be any said the top player no no wom na ono and a bit me bibidi ama Italy no on the kobo penalty no to train. Baju. Newton alarm for power no. Before that game the tension in your man what Baju say on the koji game na bon. Yeah, nobody understood what happened in the United States. No be say Italy team in the koji say World Cup no. That is not the best Brazilian team we've watched. Then there comes Italy in 2006. Yeah, so the Italy team no more tournament, and the Brazil team no more tournament, no. And the France team no more tournament, and the two papers were. Or because Italy for no me are the France and 2006. Because no more are there. So 2006 team no of France, Trezeguet, Henry, Zidane, Frank Ribery. Willy Sagnon. Ye bo game no mo ye den. Unnim ba bia bufo no be free aba Marco Materazzi akoka asem. Zinedine Zidane bu ofo diniti akopem no panyan. On the superstar. E be yi na pie. Eti USA yi badge pie free game nim. 2006 abe yi. Zinedine Zidane did not free game nim. How do you explain this? Then there comes 2014. You started game no. Sa chance na he go in the Palacios in the Messi munya no bobo to twene no. Obi antiase. Ana boy die na dey. Messi betimi age. Nipo be she go free bench ne ba World Cup na ne ebo minute no ye ka minute ne kro nkan. Hwe konfa so de ne bo je bo no apre bo ne de atum. Yaw, when it is your 4th time or 24 years to win it, nothing can stop you. Iti shepati na makano. Na she how tangible the evidence is when it comes to exactly 24 years. Argentina were not able to win their 4th. Iti enya me wanwa say it will take Argentina 24 years to win their 4th World Cup. Pattern back on no. Any best say World Cup no. From 16 teams to 24, and some about 32, and some about 48. So the last time a team BJ back to back was 1958, 1962 for Brazil. After that, countries are trying some major back to back, including Brazil team Nankasa in 94, almost have a ball final 98. Then 2002 the term no mutimide beje no. France edge 98 no mo 2002 go money mase. The same France de 2018 no mo try 2022. Sad game no kwanya France fast so back. Can somebody explain to me how sa Kolomwani ball ne say yeah?
He's serious.
Because there is a pattern. Tangibility, substantive. Say Worldcup no back to back Jeno. Argentina beka. So there are still coincidences which you can describe as patterns, but they are not patterns. And there are patterns you describe as coincidence, they are not coincidence. So something like a coincidence could be the North America bit. Oh, when you're born North America and a South American team, yeah, it is true. But the South American team, no one pan a team ya call no more. Brazil on Kwanji Mutu. Meboa. And Argentina Bejimbaco. So the tangibility of proving that nature say, I don't know my South American teams, yes, you are right. But how is it say one team let me yes there be two different teams. So the patterns and coincidence change. Patterns are substantive. Coincidence are occurrences. Yeah, and it has reflected. These are things that happens in tournaments which you can't change the fate. Many a times. Then you look at certain things and be a coincidence and maybe people believe in and it works for them. So for example, me the video be send Shadrach Yao. And Marco Krea before the game could see a Quen. Oh, park so. Krumo say Becca so you the Durako chef form. Or the Quen or Quen or ye Quen in a book or free in the socks in him. And Okono. Watch here, you best start game no. Or Koba line ho. Or Koba, oh, the ready or Koba line or Koyano ye Quen in the free in the socks in him. O yini boko no de ko chef for more. Obi e hwen onamodi mi see ekro mu ase ya edro. Abrofo de mo pedro. Abrofo de mo nyeni o mani wa yi Quen no wa sie ne for more. En no sie no. Then me who sa de na mbuza mo say eh na akwa we until say you go back to 2010 you go say Cap de Vea.
One Cap de Vea.
On the board 3 match Spain. Sa Worldcup no. Before the final, on the Quen for share form. Iti me sa be hwe Cap de Vea e wo X de so wa betro say ono na ka kire Marco Krea say before the game no only Quen no fa Quen no share form no di tumi so the Quen share form a results be bre omo uso onyi bibi ni uso onji bibi ni yawo eno a game no na bibia chese Argentina spiritually ankasa because na mentia se no shot on target obobo na na pie oboni ayi Ferran Torres go no share the clearest of chances are Spain in the game. There were better clear chances as Spain in the game with him. But I see that they be trying to and sometimes these things happen. It is uraboni di na bejinaka se bibia nim abrofo na abrofo de omunye hwini ana abrofo de omunye hwe a ene so wa hu bi odu ani ehu bi odo Quen na ko chef mo wie. Now away from patterns then you discuss what you call consistency. Yeah, for consistency this is where team necessarily nyina di kan bem. Now Shadrach can go back to Euro Championship under 19 2015. Ni enhwade De La Fuente na na coach sa team no. So in football, if you believe in patterns, there's a need for you to also believe in consistency on the pitch. So especially with building a team.
So we'll grow through the ranks.
We'll go to consistency. Ju21 to senior national team. So it has proven to us it's a consistency here, Juma. Yeah, where you U21 no omone Germany in the ball final. Now check lineup ni dia. Unai Nunes, Jesus Valero, Junior Firpo, Fabian Ruiz, Dani Olmo, Dani Ceballos, Pablo Fornals, Mikel Oyarzabal.
So the boys no more.
Now German the enim kra. Klosterman, Jonathan Tah, Baumgartner, Benjamin Hendricks, Maximilian Egestan, Mahmoud Daoud, Luka Vaskmet, Nadim Amiri. Yow, consistency your team way. then one under 19 no aba behwe de omo botia Brazil Olympic Games 2020 Bruno Guimaraes mu nyina be boss abo ne bi now where the Olympic Games final on the Brazil for the Daniel Alves wo man na senior player Bruno Guimaraes Douglas Luiz ayipokoli le chase ho no on e 11 Jason Anthony set we be ball Matheus Cunha na wo ho no Richarlison then Unai Simon na na number 1 so afi Matheus e die ntia mo kan Juan Garcia eka David Raya asembia no aba to atwene no Unai Simon anana number 1
for you
for U23
no
2020 Olympic Games where final between Brazil and Spain Obehemudi na Pau Torres abo na him na meboa Makukure awom Martin Zubimendi Mikel Merino na na captain Pedri meboa Marco Asensio Mikel Oyarzabal Dani Olmo Etishamo a woni omanyini consistency then yaw obekochi senior team no mu a kakra bi na ode abefra Unai Simon da so ye ne goalkeeper meboa Makukure da so bo ne ball Dani Olmo da so bo ne ball Rodri was part of U19 no mo J 2015 na Rodri ne ball finfin Mikel Merino has been playing in his team Oyarzabal has been playing in his team Dani Olmo has been playing. It's after what you said the entire or more strikers or more players or but these players always thrive under him. Yeah, that is the level of quality you are talking about when it comes to consistency. Only team nanyini. And they omanyina abeji Nations League. Omanyina abeji Euros. And omanyini as abeji the World Cup. This is what consistency does. Number 3, data. Yeah, football will ultimately cheat data that. Everything in this World Cup when it comes to team effort to be not a spill for in a decay. Unless people want to change the trajectory. Team I ever World Cup final will consider only one goal. Now, what team you prevented France or Mukuta, one of the best attacks in the World Cup, to bear 2 shots on target and you see bear the 85th minute. Hardly do you see Spanish teams have control and also defend at that level. Now, the distinct conversation we can have among teams that defend and teams that attack and teams that possess will have to do with attacking numbers and their defensive numbers. But ya normally you set the difference now. They be say obi defend ya the players ni nyina kogu achiri. But this is a different bit of defending by this Spanish team. They are not sitting in low block. They are not sitting in mid block. But they have found the perfect balance between low block and mid block. But they defend by keeping possession. Which is very difficult for a lot of teams. Now, on more average, look at the average possession game by game in this World Cup. Against Cape Verde, 74% possession. Against Saudi Arabia, 67%. Against Uruguay, 67%. Against Austria, 64%. So their lowest they had was even against France. 51%. Then against Argentina, 65%. They keep the ball so well. Metrics say World Cup no matter who do nyina e favor mo in terms of passing. Now in this particular World Cup, so check your attack ni dia England they share the most goals. Yaw 20 goals 14 assists. France in the tosu mienu 20 goals 18 assists. Then over attempt on goal 139. Argentina twaso, then Spain tosu 14 goals 10 assists. Yaw meaning this is a team where Oma fa attack eni agro. Na emu kopie mu defending one na ho na asem ne wono. Oma ho odi ni gina to play this World Cup and concede only 1 goal.
Serious.
Yeah, it is mind blowing. Extremely mind blowing. And Pau Kubasi and Laporte ball no mabono. Yeah, a brad dream and NTS so. And I think the statistics in these games never lied. I mention another statistics in terms of data. Maybe catch us a top 5 players or more passing ball into the final third. Rodri, ni Pedri, meboa, and it's Ejine Muma Spain. Viti Ansana, Michael Olise. And la no Messi Atwaso. Now, Nipa now, Bob more passes into the final third. Yebo game not drifting better. I won't ban him Bob on him for Messi. But she time a Rodri free game. Emma Pedri baye. Now look at Pedri's control in the game and the number of final third passes. Yeah, in football, patterns, consistency, and data. Don't underrate it. And it is something that are working in a huge favor for the Spanish national team to win their second World Cup.
Now, I say, Fancy, can you ask Akumia for me that is it coincidence that Barca player always scores in the final for Spain?
It is a pattern. And also another pattern.
It's a coincidence.
Debbie. Say club necessary. Say club necessary. So there's tangibility when it comes to the source of that particular statistic. Free basa. Meboa. Ono so share ani apon. O share ani se ba be pon ano no. 2010 record be man na record am. Say Netherlands for the record. Meboa. Aha.
Whoa. Yeah. Yenye na fi yemrana couple break brana we quick na fi yaba be hwena ye de eye ya hwefo ne yeti fo no videos na so enso ede aba kabo
Anzi yini nkoma kakra na yento ase ye hwe ye local no na ene the Black Queens so mu akono a wo mu ebidi akon pa na omoni Tanzania bo friendly game ahead of Afcon and obaso Morocco ene o Casablanca 6 p.m. ana sa match nyame adoma ene obaso nti ebetwen na ehwe se de coach Kamlas ana afi ne mabawa no ho besi adi agro e ho se de be ya mo enso betimi aka mo hye ahead of the tournament ene ebebaso na ro pray omo bo modern training, that was good training session and also so come up the mother Black Queens nti ye said no ma bisi akọ omo enso boabo mo for a game nyame eya doma enanwumre eno ebeba so eno news say free the Black Queens o ma so ye deba na orem enso ewo the are you anafe ene okaso ma so ye omo nso wo mugusom omo ewo me omo apa ye say nyame adoma season no ebe start na bia the day ayudie ono enso bitima fani a team na afenuama akointi on draw you our gym session na nya asengweto oni nua wakaso mo enso eguso mo ebo adwuma ni nyina na ye se nyame adoma season no eguso aya bie de dede benya club na afenuama akoye no kakra no so efuro no made ba Dr. Cranton area to just a Ghana league no ye hwe ni mu se nyame adoma 2026-2027 season and also ebetimi abaso ni mum enuama ba akumienu bia ekoso se de ye di coaches ba na any clubs no eguso top players in the ohese ni a league no ever started on a grand star. You will see Dr. Cranton and Koma Udi ahead of Ghana Premier League Enche and over start on a Shaban and a boss and Kumi.
Every season, you see, the reason our Ghana Premier League is the love of my life is because every season generates its own uniqueness. No, many of us are not doing a good job telling the uniqueness of the Ghana Premier League. It is so unique. So unique. Look, the coming season, people call this club DBB. It's not DBB. It's DBB. Like a sojourner, settling somewhere. So if there's nothing you look forward to this season in the Ghana Premier League, you look forward to DBB. Such stories are what make the leagues you cover in other nations, whether it's in Italy or Spain or England or France or wherever. These are the things that catch our attention. I can't say abakosem, okay? And these are the things. So why not our league? A club from Sampa.
Doctor, and in some way atudwa and work as a histories be clubs no so ya any dino so ya yes ye na ye bonti DBBI can the baby ana the baby okay and Dr. Cranton koma or the abano you know say Benjamin Asare or a huge Amagana pa Worldcup your koi wajini din anko no de enkobenya nka Benjamin Santoa so emboy season away ni mebe huge Amagana league ni pa because abama for abe match because you see we international goalkeeper tina futu ni senka be yanko no de onto aso yinti kakra or itudwa.
You know, now I am interested in knowing if Benjamin Asari stays in Hartlepool or goes to Kotoko or goes to DBB. I wish Benjamin stays in the Premier League because it's a big point is. So there must be a fierce contest between Achaic and Kotoko, whether Benjamin stays or not. But I don't wish for Benjamin to go anywhere else because the attention he's grabbed impacts on the Ghana Premier League. So imagine he stays in the Premier League.
You want him to be part of
I want him to stay in the Premier League, but I want for the clubs to be able to pay him whatever it is. Anyone will pay him anywhere to lure him. I want Abasi to stay in the Premier League because he was in the World Cup as one of the goalkeepers for us. I want Prince Owusu, even if he didn't make the final spot for the World Cup, to stay in the Premier League because there was a reason he played in Ghana in the Black Stars for a few games.
Salim Adams,
all of them. I want the Premier League to be the home of the stars as well, so that when we have conversations and people ask the question, who is there for us to go and watch, we say, but what are you talking about? We've got Benjamin there, we've got Bashi there, we've got Prince Owusu there, we've got Salim there, Eche is there, we've got all
area to do don't come bana chairman solo edin come chairman champion chairman no na and come chairman solo edin say krobia kumasi asante godoko de obeye adwuma no na se oba na oye ni ya o ba ye beje opa ne mum se wa onim so oba ye no wa ma ye adwuma papa bia na se oba ye no tietia manfo na so oba ye no si wachi kwan a adwuma na de enu kwan se o sa ba biem kra ye nti chairman solo nkoma ode atudwa nti no
and command no omoji and am o ma start A2 the on person omo ye the o ma sha ase eye e kire se omo obutaye se omo ebeye bibi e di amakotoko impampi the ama obi ye de kotoko manu a ontumi nya no onye nwie no onye ni ye the di kan e na ntintwitwa the toss beam a car menko a home. Anya media and say, the toss beam obey me ashe. Says you any bino a home bonusu. Afe obi ba yakotoko adwuma no de adwuma no ba wie a ofiri kotoko ano abaye tanfo amakotoko ebi o ma omo kwa ye sopa ebi o so a omo ba no omo kwa omo sa kuti akotoko maka ne sa kambim obi a wa yakotoko adwuma pen na wajai na enei uja kotoko adwuma abesan ye so aye bibi ati akotoko a adwuma ye de ma wa menye
na Media Match Sporting Club around here friend Emmanuel Boateng say o bo adwuma pa o bo adwuma ma Media Ma reason tia o choose Media Ma clubs na bebre na epe no na mo Media Ma na ogitum so ba wode ntina Emmanuel Boateng editum say Media Match Sporting Club ano no mo ebedi dwuma Emmanuel Boateng echie mu the reason tia o choose a club
those clubs dey ntina o choose Media Ma edama
Christopher Enin is Oguso positive for the preseason they were starting here. Odo mo enam a say Premier League no many break our mo banti ono ana be bo mo su na eja odo mo Era League na afenu my comment Christopher Enin Eguso away adwuma ne positive omo na mo preparation dey and they ahead of 2026-2027 Ghana Premier League campaign eno enkomo kakra if you banti I fancy Emre Ntivansi na the form na omonto aso fem free
wo ni
yeah chama solo kasa no ne nkomo no na me mpese kapo be pay clarification dey free couple hon mo kakra press conference no couple yanko ye dey on bo me kakra na for press conference ne ye dey hu nkomo no mo hwetwi
we kotoko sema like is about Asante Kotoko ana odi nkomo afa omo be adwuma okotoko na okwa na oye bibi site team no obu onzo oba otie obi na aso okwa na waye na chi basa na ose usankofo no so onim se waye sa bi ati akotoko de ne menye wadwun se obesa abakra na kotoko no ye bosom ye nya de nti abosom samba bosom so sa oti dem za mchela sasa oti nkoma na sia ana nti nkoma chairman edi ache kan se kotoko supporters and what this nkoma no be mu se sei na we kotoko ni na ba ye adwuma we weni tie team ni wi a o za be heden bio
couple me das pa
wow
yeah imagine chem se kotoko na say no club no abre pa na bre no started off the field ababe drew field no so plus ne bobo a ahokeka no form last season a season if I so one day for Asante Kotoko no be o follow season be we say na Kotoko need the best of shape enti me madwene me say a new season no some way no ma embe precede afi no someone said the two baby cry there's a new coach in town, a new administration. There's just going to be a new CEO. Club no majority, about 90% of the leadership no besesa. Sasa and someone is having the club no anymore. A bit quite affect the results of field, so eventually. Yes, starting to say the boy quite we field no so. Last year, Kotoko season, Coach Hamza. Not to of young boys in Iba, not the mobile Bessiakai. Shadi Bio. For young boys to be from Kotoko U20 or second team, no, not the mobile senior team. Only message na a free club in Mupi. Senior players in a boy for Hamza, and into a boat team abroad. And you know, person Bobo Bono. Now back of Ankara Baba Bamiashe. Look. Eight do mobility near Mama Club and about bedroom from say a cover young players or players from academy so mba be siaka a senior team member to because say Algeria ntino any obeya me ahwe o club na bro but sense some no unya team pe e so do adwene ko sort of leadership in the club na nim
yeah
squad ni mucha sana it really tells us a lot about what's happening at the top omo klowura you ready team no asho mo nsa no last year we didn't see the best of Kotoko at all about three different coaches. You see the Togun Kozito Mra Kozito Sonko Asampa coach Owusu coach Owusu Sonko the coaches in the training grounds. Adam call training grounds pa na mo ba bon attack so on kona me ya. Me ya so me ko potom say hey me kabia just eyezo Malik Jabel be ka house chere boys ne kakra na mo calm me down. Ena Amos captain mo ebamu ena blaster kit manager Isa the same Amadou Isa ono so ya de pop not
to me
or Amadou Isa ya de day no me jira nchen je ko so nya fe okay ya twa so ya ko pre-season ama mo be ko free club num new season no be start yo ya Worldcup ese Kotoko ehu the way out club no cup pre-season one just is better necessary ton fans ni be person to just ni bi e bia ye pe bia ma yema ye pe bia ma yen kra ye pe bia show fie say marketing come around this time she press conference e koso we entoko we be dia ni mu akọ end of the season Yo, enkomu we press conference here wo hunu chemasolo ho a o kasa kire na no pai no obehu so other side so ebeba be press conference no mo ne mo say asem na wo kan de wutie ye club ni ye yo na ntini twitwa waka ho asem we yakoso bi achi me interest ni we oba ha be ye say onya de mu eno ho asem na wo ka no eno de to so say oba na be ye adwuma na wo ye ni ya oba na be ye easy de ama enye ho na attention wo na mom wo yo wa ya na edi ba be this season anim no ya at the end of the season emphasis bia mro bia na pemso ene ye ha no kuro ne ye ha no club no ne baby eno no pese ni jiba krum to adane dia ma ne nana no se monye but every single season we ne dia animu yo ye beka kasa new coach ne dia ba o man peace of mind man fa ne nya juma ne da I can tell you say coach ya ba inkrofo ba 2-3 bi ahia no kra ye huhu agudasum ti ha akwa we dia obeba ncha ne nkasa ne say ne confuse coach no ohun do ye good ohun do ben club no ohun do ye juma pa 1 year 2.5 seasons ya re yi na di no kono be jiska bebre adie kwa na mo Jeffrey club no ho adie kwa na mo Jeffrey club no ho every single season omo interest holders na be twom no mo sa fight club no justify chairman Kwaku chairman Yawo chairman Moses chairman na to Kokuma club no last 4 years our chairman for you know bia the player yes so mo hwe omo de this season ani mu no o want your coach and make rounds o make radio any TV so o make omo good club no mama fa no to na make Dr. Kranti asem so Dr. Kranti I think say onyan di ebo na chi maybe I think no be follow your ball no
ade
bibi o ka fa ball no hu bia no to him e your ono na ready but yes so your ball no enima bi koso your ball no mu a sempanifo anhwe no man so mu a ball no egu ya de say timi nya Benjamin Asare no could represent Ghana Premier League no but league we afi ba ko be ko afi mienu be ba afi miensa be to aso de ba afi bia egu league na mu ase from the very first day me di madwene animani ya se mi di league achi every single season you be start here e be clean smooth pre-season Christopher Ellen post city omo yo train omo yo so me say the last 5 games embarrass everything we've done throughout the entirety of the season now results and na phone so last year they see you know they are 7 penny for catch ya say the new season started so new season so start one catch so nchira no problem you be to dia asiri na to agu but the tiefo ne ahwefo share they make in so the last 5 games of the season no omo do go league na mo ase we have been here for the last 5 seasons every year results be pie yo egu ya ni mo ase o na say football no na menya obi a me no me nostalgic I am never stuck to the past yes bia mi jana ko enti ese kum twawe no so kra me nka but I'm saying is say new season ya ba starti yes starting boko omo ye pre-season mahuko sam wodu oni aduana mahudi ya kwaso bia kotoko fast start has folk be start positive na kapo ya kire what is so be better match the 1 match the 2 match the 3 ni nyina be bona komapam but season baba be we are on se league no on be gu ani mo ase last year dey see dey na mpani for ka kire referee pe bibiaje okay we could Chelsea out of Flyers and then your last year some na make no that's last 2 seasons okay you are running Bella time no so okay you are running Bella time no every season last 5 games some do be say season no so Dr. Kranti the league is beautiful we still boast some of the good players in our league but enima bi o say ye the purify league no money attract more investors now players na people more into kwan sa enima no ye be starting fe season be we are the competitive element of the league will be dimmed off out of nowhere now results and number sub groups so well maybe the senior company for kan ho asem ne de like I said matwaso but ya ba be do match day 30 match day 28 ikono a omo san hye ne ma no so sensem ya me bo so yawo e be repeat ho na say repeat has of folk alu so mu coach preseason ni ba be start me pesa as for besa ko fa another coach beba na omomma no time no man mfanya adwuma me madwene nkyerɛ me sɛ de didi ye bia no ɛsɛ ka fi no original last season there so no the build free akɔ yes na attack na show up the best attacker has always been Mauli Wayo one shot team no flat Hamza anya the best of form Frank Dukwa bra you know how can you place the burden of Hasfolk on the shoulders of such a young player want me anya bibia Hasfolk defense no na ya astute solid wa chro and want to push club ne ba bedu ba bi odi no so enka coach na owo boss season na no afa no ba come market akɔhwɛ players abeso the midfield and the defense also. He has a very good goalkeeping department. Yeah, man, come on, I'm a 2 season so. Anyway, you free on more. Yeah, meaning say okophobia ba. A silly part about be a coach did the year last year no, or better no, or build it on from there. Someone say any year no more coach over Kawatara, come more did ko. The 3rd successive season, more any good appointment there. No, it means you have a question penny for no royal appointment now. What Kawatara so oh no problem more you did you hear Jumana on yard more you no at some point look for 3rd person but also on yard then you question your also decision your knowledge and potency on the job a quite fast your appointment and as a focus on your idea on that regard no one your idea or has to focus on your idea or implement the better to blast out the all kono ya no aso ya de say the ojad hono on shay. So has to focus serious. Because to appoint somebody, they should be quick and faster in the market. Get a competent coach. Our Baba who boys in them. A foreigner more appointed in them. Foreign coaches in Babu uses in here. Go stars running away. Okay. Well, we are season now. We the contract. Okay. I'm not sure about aristocrat away.
No, sir.
Yow. Young somebody in the corner. I'm not free about when you have foreign coaches, you know. It's to go say, one can come on some more experience or a league, you power, one can come on to Coroma Saturday. Foreign coaches in the Bamu, so your castle goes as running over or maybe a club on the down over fine and one at the hall. I talk to me, Korea, said yes, goes to Mano. I huge babble in the year. Coach Amanquai and a Jubana Koye, and Panifono decision, Sabe, Ibia Maso, because you decision. What? Omo nyira mo mpani coach na mefa club no so yaw man fancy o
wo meza bre
the issues around Kotoko ne be free bano ewo ninchi sankomo we nyina didi mu ade abepie be ade ababedru I was not surprised that Chairman Solo on the leader of Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporters Oko Eastern region Kudin Komobisa. This morning I've even chanced on an interview between Ono and Yayen say Obed. Else Obed network neso. Meaning say no say Nedia. Because this morning I'm who says say Obed Nanka say posti. Now always have video ni dia or insist wa de back so say. Obi a waba Kotoko bi a be Kotoko adwuma wa free hono mako. Our coin no di Kotoko abrobiano. Omu hia no.
Boy.
I think he's also speaking from an experience bia on only who say at a club na che. There are fractions in the club, and this is due to personal interest. And ultimately for so be within a personal interest say mijina wechi and I say mijina wesi echi. Nemum for the greater good of the club, he believes some supporters left the club when the old administration left the club. These same supporters will be back. Mimi Nkano and come on, who did near Chairman Solo, whether I said board never for A or for B, no, we've moved from there. Now the proper conversation we are having now is a Chairman Solo is trying to protect the job and make sure say the Juma nyedin season na ye kwako wuramu no, because the supporters are master stadium amu be blame Chairman Solo. Meboa. Senyoma bi ankoye wo club nim na every supporter side na eba. Mu nyina mo de ba kogu chairman solution because ono na mato abayi ni say o mo chairman. Now if he does not make sure say pepepe yo asumdwe eda ba bi eda asem kese na eboboba no. Because let nobody lie to you. Supporters in the watch too. Omo administration ba ko koye no mo di akire koye. Omo so administration ba ko ne koye omo de omo gigina mu se club no omo do club no obi owe ko bi anko megina club na chi da so o. Ana omo so omo gidie se ye no kra no we mu koye ne kra ne ya da so atena ho ache no ya omo so da so o. So this is where the problem is. Asem no it's in a holding in Comosa and Chebiara Chama Fuzi so in the Jumato. Open one of the most influential Kotoko supporters for Western region, Western North side one ma Chama Fuzi. Amu bisana reason by Chama Fuzi say a personal reason. Ya one miss will be resigning a personal reason. Wouldn't be a watch day. So Chama Solo is trying to do his best to curb this whole situation around the who say me nipa bi ba meba the who say we say meba. These things he's trying to curb it say be affecting adwuma ba yawo de ye obi a woni interest. Me I believe in competence. Adwuma na nipa na ba be no obetimi aba be yawo adwuma na ye de to say nipa na be no obetimi aba na wontimi nye. I believe in competence, and at the same time, I believe in taking responsibility and accountability for your own actions. It is a party A. If you say, a Jumano, minimum Juma ye, the mum, mimuno minim sama ye bibia. Yeah, there is no problem in accepting it and knowing say, I was me correcting me, was said a baby in your day. NCBM. Nene wa Jumano abaye, Uriana ye day. Oko baby. Yao, Kotoko needs the best in class to be working for them. They need the best in class. Board for no more we know. Omunya football people o. Joshua punya football person. Omo makeka wunyina omunya football people. They will need football people to be working for them and be accountable to them. Say adwuma ne say ne no. And they will need the best in class because the club has shown us and you catch yourself for see kabishim ne be invest here. Unfan conform it me no why adwuma na de o meba. The moment you are given a job to do, oma oji omo di say omo ni adwuma na ye na aba conform so oni omo be adwuma. So if the board decides that you the A, B, C and e be adwuma on the competency level, nobody should have a problem. Nemum e kira asem na wasa mo kabum na mo sort free na wona mo ye mistake wo mo mo hu say mo ye mistake na mo nsuan fan film na bi ansi biem anya sa the thing that they left no e be sa ka we be ska da ho sa na to aso de ko anya wo mo ni the first people o maba kotokwa be adwuma ke kanse mo makọ ma sa ba lawyer safuduku o kaita mo ko as good o kanse bebre. But the dream maybe he rise and no man so and cancer na nuru baby ko form on fanche me yatwam de be sia wi me pabocho and esa fudu ko azama yadwuma no. So this is a club who baby an inchi free. I know people will be like who baby a club ninchi free. It is a corporate institution, but it is not your normal corporate institution. Yeah, what did the mention I say? Nipa be bro ho. A club e asante mind dia. Enyu nipa ba akofo. E your mind nyina. It is a BBC. You can be competent to do the job. We will accept you to do the job because we bet me ayama na bro so. Adwuma de woni me ye. Na mmom de esi a kire no. Try. Na wo horo nsa free ho. Don't even put more fire into it. So jangum. Accept you are wrong. You are young. You've learnt your lessons. Let's all move on. It is only because of one person. David Obinyako. only because of one person. One person tina we nyina ekoso. Who ha we abo we ha we koka we kasa twitwire ana mema we mbeye ana we ni nyina nipa ba akofo. Now, the first question I will say, David, bet my adwuma na won't me. David only madwuma papa.
Omonso anomo ba be adwuma ka so mo yin way.
Yeah, I make say you look at the competent level, then you look at certain things that are attached to it. And I make say the competency level. Me for me see can be share club mu. And I say for bibi share say me investing in the club. Na me say and a new team na be boa me. Me so because of A B C D akoka say me abi a me metimi asolve between omumienu no. Me say me man new team be adwuma no. So why na be ha no? Any club no. So the greater good of the club. Oh, they have to. Whether you like it or not, because David knows so be sumo before. David is not coming to o me so kotoko mu say o be so kotoko ma ba be ye. E yo be ne de kotoko na ma no. E ye mpanyinfo bi ne de kotoko ama mo na mo se yenim say we na competent. So on the competency level, yeah, I won't invest my money in a club and want it say enko baby. Nyanko say me ntimi nya sada.
Yeah.
Just because of one or two issues. Then mom who had a broader picture now. Say na be asumdwe be ya adwuma no. Onim na adwuma ni ti na wo fa no. Wo fa na adwuma ni wi ade wa chire bia no, you sit the parties down. Then you have proper discussions with the parties. You will say A, B, C, D. Evidence is saying to me, you know, so I can say, where they are slow, and maybe CBM. You know, I heard him, young baby. Ah, the prodigal son cry, born your buy, young couple ban is catches a brand, a juma for mammy. And I'm a boy, never pan say bra, my Joe, my so mubra. And I'm a boy. No, I never I'm also protest in the cocoa pie. No one's a much because the build China say and I say be a Nippon say the first question you ask is oh who wants on the yes na. There is nothing wrong in accepting responsibility and accountability. Me, I will say it and say it again. If it is David obeying, the board should look forward and appoint him. Momane be yadwuma no. Na emu mechira asem no sort it. Obi a mistake. Everybody does a mistake. Sort it. Mon sort sa issues no. Na mon kate sa anyoma na ewo wo akire no. Na obi ansign it. Ebo komkra na bi anya ono a. Na obi ansign it. Na afie obi anfa na adwuma na asumpa. Emfa nye kotoko adwuma no. Na kotoko nya na results. Anya sa de bia yewra. Ne ka A, yewra ne ka B, season is started. Say the new thing ka. The season has not started.
Oh, they be say
season was started na. It me dey mema sa case we no dey me baby am jani say David is competent enough and kotokonism onimadwuma, let's not lie, onimadwuma, he is competent kotokonism na emom sabi I say kotreja na no ketwa na itato no they should take responsibility for it. So onim hu bia take responsibility for it. If the same common out here chairman solo did na that means ebi ko no no ko no there was me ana omogeka we just to attack Kumasi Asante Kotoko. If it is true on that conditional clause, smoke peace pipe. Why you mistake na hunu mo be hunu mo pacho move on. Na koye wadwuma. Club ni hia wo, usu hia club no. Obi an hia obi an obi an
say na be our club na juma pe.
And one they did because see baby am no udi nkomo koi. There's only one person here clear say Kotoko will be looking to appoint in the next few weeks. As communications director. The person has been working behind the scenes for the club.
And I say Duku ntwaso bi wan.
Oh, there be Duku koe krache. Na no na supporters na kote ade. Once e bibia mu no fru na ba efia na answer na supporters na kote.
What one?
Oh, me David Obinya akona mate. Eni na dwuma wo ye wo akiri wate ase. And now supporters ni bizu akote a chairman sukoku apaya. Chairman su catch up say because I know when you be na aka but nkomo am me sources are metitini ye say me masumu grapevine. Nkomo am metitini ye say chief of staff have even heard of this complaint. And chief of staff request say omo evidence bia omo famra. Let them come and have a discussion. Oh, I don't know what you say.
A question I maybe.
Oh, that will be because board no be sumo. That's na make say they are structure, organizational structure. Me family can be club munko phobia me to me so be club ne basa basa. what they are not to nche nipa na offer no the competency level to say oba na adwuma to say you see let's try and set the tone between nipa na competency and the see we actually David ne betimi aye adwuma no mom fa no meye obetimi aye na mum obeye no say evidence ne no kra na so mukuta evidence no mbeko chief of staff ade we actually no mo trash it out Kotoko needs everybody on deck to start the season well. Nipa oni madwuma bia na mo ne nye na mo trash out issues e one chain. And if they are uncomfortable about one, these people will have to follow some of these things and unnecessarily make certain comments about it because some of them literally move by a dream be out dream one tears here. Nemu we are say tenye bone se obe suma kase maye bone and amaye we ankoyi it fache me. Let's all move on. Let's all move on. So come and do the job. I mean, I would say they should appoint me. Or more appointing in Nenechina. Now, why do you make my head, Mano?
The sounds of so supporters and so on.
Satan America say, BBM supporters or Momu the club next will come and support. Just smoke peace. When you should be out, this is what I'm saying.
What can I say? Matthias, oh, Sharak, mon family videos, Limamia, I am my phone, your telephone, so far, or dear Emra. Still live on to me, 101.3 FM, I feel to me TV, digital.